Off because of politics. Tell me a little bit about the next stuff we're going to see. So as the soul phenomenon began to move through the 60s, one of the reasons that it became successful, Sid, was because it was able to cross over, and instead of just attracting an African-American audience, it was able to attract a young, urban, and predominantly white audience. So we're going to do 3 songs that are symbolic of that. And we have some people to thank for that. Dick Clark in particular, Mike Douglas, Hugh Hefner, Bill Graham, the producer. All went out of their way to try and advance this music and spread its appeal. And so the music moved from the southern part of the United States to the north, and from the church to the streets, and from the farmers' fields to the cities, where it gained a kind of a universal appeal for its dance and its groove. So we're going to hear 3 of these. There's one I think we want to talk about. The first one is called Soul Man, which I think people will know. This is a song done by Sam Morris and Dave Prater, in 1967, and won an Academy Award. And it has an interesting history. And I think you know this, actually. We've talked about this before as friends. That this
Detroit,
was
67 Riots.
That's right, 67 Riots. So Isaac Hayes, who wrote the song, was in Detroit and watched as the race riots burned a good portion of the city. And he noticed that some of the brothers would write onto their buildings, either with paint or ink or something, the word soul, very large. They'd write the word soul on their buildings. And this was a sign to other brothers that you don't touch this building, you don't loot me. Now this is a kind of a perverse form of race relations as it happened, but it was the characteristic of its day. I should say also, this song contains this earthy line, which I love. I was brought up on a side street, and I learned how to love before I could eat. Which I think is probably not true. But, as in all music, we have to leave room for the male